Black holes are the most mysterious objects in the universe. But, what if we fell into one? In this video, we'll explore, step by step, what would happen to our body, mind, and even to time itself in this one-way plunge. As you approach a black hole, there are no warning signs. No sound. No turbulence. From the outside, space appears calm. But as you draw closer to the event horizon, the boundary of the black hole, gravitational forces begin to intensify. Light bends, time slows down, and instruments go haywire. It doesn't feel like falling, but rather like reality itself is warping. It's as if the entire universe starts to distort around you, silently. The event horizon is the point of no return. Once crossed, nothing escapes, not even light. To an outside observer, it appears as if you freeze at the edge, suspended in time. But for you, time flows normally. Gravity warps spacetime like a stretched and curved sheet. The future is already written ahead of you, and the past unravels behind you. The physics we know begins to break down, giving way to a new kind of existence. Inside the black hole, gravity intensifies drastically. Your feet would be pulled more strongly than your head, causing extreme stretching. This effect is called spaghettification. Your body would be stretched to the limit, cell by cell, until it becomes a microscopic thread. All of this would happen in silence, without pain, and with no chance of resistance. Consciousness would fade before the structure of the body is completely undone. Inside a black hole, time behaves in absurd ways. To an outside observer, your fall appears frozen, as if it never actually happens. For you, everything unfolds in an instant. Linear time vanishes. You might see the future of the universe compressed into seconds, or never arrive anywhere at all. It's like falling into a compact eternity. Time, space, and causality collapse into a point with no direction, no defined past or future. The extreme gravity of a black hole distorts even light. Light rays bend around it, creating a surreal visual effect. You could see the back of your own head as light curves around the event horizon. The sky around you shrinks, forming a tunnel of darkness and streaks of light. Colors stretch, fade, until only shadow remains. Vision itself becomes a mystery, impossible to interpret. Inside a black hole, sound as we know it vanishes. There is no air, no vibration. Destruction occurs in absolute silence. Even if your body were torn apart, there would be no scream, no noise, no echo. Everything happens in a vacuum where only gravity speaks, and it speaks through the distortion of space. It's like being swallowed by an abyss that consumes not only matter, but any possibility of communication or record. Assuming the mind survives for some time, what would it perceive? The distortion of time and space would completely confuse our sense of reality. The brain, deprived of sensory references, might plunge into hallucinations, or shut down entirely. It would be like an endless dream, or an eternal nightmare. The human mind was not made to comprehend what lies inside a black hole. And perhaps, at that point, it simply gives up. At the center of the black hole lies the singularity, a point of infinite density where the known laws of physics collapse. Everything that falls in is compressed into a region with no volume. Mass, time, space, all are reduced to an unknown essence. No one knows exactly what exists there. Theories speak of hidden dimensions, portals, or an absolute end. But the truth is that beyond the singularity, there is only speculation, and eternal silence. Some theories suggest that black holes might be portals. The so-called wormhole is a concept in theoretical physics where you could emerge at another point in the universe, or even in another universe. But for that to happen, one would need to pass through the black hole without being destroyed. With our current technology, this is impossible. Yet the hypothesis fuels dreams, movies, and fiction where death becomes a passage to something greater. To a distant observer, watching someone fall into a black hole would be strange. The person would appear to slow down, freezing at the edge of the event horizon. The light reflected from their body would become increasingly red and dim until it disappeared completely. The fall itself would never be seen, only a body eternally suspended in time. It's a visual paradox, where the end happens but is never witnessed. A farewell without climax, without sound, without return. Everything that enters a black hole disappears from our universe, not just matter, but also information. This creates one of the greatest paradoxes in physics, the information paradox. If physics says that nothing is ever truly lost, how can a black hole completely erase what it consumes? This question has puzzled scientists for decades. What you were, what you thought, what you lived, all of it would be crushed and erased without a trace. As if it had never existed. Stephen Hawking proposed that black holes slowly evaporate by emitting radiation, the so-called Hawking radiation. Over time, they would lose energy and eventually disappear. But this process could take trillions of years. Until then, everything they've swallowed remains trapped, frozen in time. If this is true, the black hole that consumed you will one day vanish, taking with it everything you once were. Not in an explosion, but in a slow cosmic farewell, with no witnesses. What if, instead of being destroyed, we were somehow preserved? Some imagine that the interior of a black hole might contain another reality, where information is reorganized. Perhaps we exist there, in another form. Dismantled and recreated in patterns the human mind could never comprehend. Would we be quantum echoes? Fragments of memory? Or merely a number in an infinite equation? The answer lies beyond our understanding. Falling into a black hole is also facing the most absolute unknown. It is not just a physical end, but a symbol of the limits of human understanding. It is the place where science stumbles and philosophy begins. Where mathematics collapses, and everything we know is called into question. It's like looking into a cosmic mirror that reflects not what we are, but what we will never be able to decipher. An invitation to humility before the universe. Inside the black hole, time and space distort so intensely that a single instant can contain an eternity. Perhaps, as you fall, you see your entire life, all the stories of the universe, everything, all at once. Or perhaps you see nothing. A second stretches across millennia. A millennium passes like a breath. It is the final paradox, to fall into what seems like the end and, within it, find something that resembles infinity. An eternity within the moment when everything ends. The universe is bigger than we can comprehend. And its mysteries are only beginning. Every day, a new video awaits you here. If you're drawn to the unknown, then you're in the right place. Subscribe, and keep exploring the dark side of the cosmos, with us.